Hey buddies, welcome to Video Games Awesome Live. It's November 2020, new consoles are coming out. We're powered by AMD and we don't have a console, so this is a sadness stream. But before we get to the sadness, let's talk about a sponsored integration we have for you at the top of the show to tell you about. It's Friday Plays. Get new games every Friday if you sign up to this service, and you immediately get a free game right off the bat. And you can see them there: Dishonored, Shadow of War, Darkest Dungeon, or Dead by Daylight. You sign up for this, and then you open a crate every Friday, and you get a game. And here are some of the games that they had in the past: PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, Fallout 4, Northgard, Absolver, Moonlighter. All these games here: Darksiders, Phantom Doctrine.
So you don't know what you're gonna get?
No, $14.99 a month. You can cancel at any time, and you do know what you're gonna get for the very first one. One of those four. You choose it right off the bat. I chose Darkest Dungeon. I already have it, but I'm gonna give the key away. And I will tweet again this Friday, since it's just around the corner, what I open up in this month's, the next one. So the link is in the description. Go check it out if you're interested in that. I think it's I don't know that there's another service out there like this.
So
it's the first I've heard of such a thing.
$15 a month and you get $100 worth of games.
Yeah, they say over $100 worth of value a month. So pretty cool.
Nice.
So go check that out. Thanks for sponsoring the show. That's sponsored by Catapult and Friday Plays. All right, guys, let's get into, I think at the top of the show, I want to say thank you to the Turbos that put together our show and trailer all the time. Gaming Kid whipped this together on his channel this time. And at the top, he says that there's a cool little, a montage. All right, so we can close this shit down.
Thank you to Captain Awesome and Grabble, who also helped put this together.
Yes, thank you guys. Here's your tea, Becky.
Sorry.
Here we go.
Finding something to fight for.
So this is a montage of games that defined the generation of PS4 as we try to move on to PS5. So I'll take this opportunity to talk about how we don't have a console at launch. We live in Japan, the place where PlayStation comes from, and ironically, it made it harder to get a PlayStation being here, because in Japan, it didn't matter how fast your clicky fingers were. This might be a better system in the end, honestly, but everybody enters a lottery. We didn't even get into a lottery because you had to be a pre-existing customer of all the stores that ran the lotteries. We just got here. We weren't pre-existing customers.
You have to have bought something within the last year, basically.
It's sad times. So we weren't even able to get into a lottery, and even if we had, it still would have been a chance that we wouldn't have gotten one. Amazon was the only one who didn't run a lottery, and they sold out within minutes. And in fact, they had opportunists after they sold out, third-party sellers adding a 0 yen to the end. And people didn't know, thinking the console was available, clicking and having to pay 10 times the price with no refunds. I think Amazon reversed that.
Thank God.
But anyways, it was a crazy shit show of a launch.
Yeah.
And sadly, we were on the sad side of that. So we don't have a console, either Xbox or PlayStation 4 at launch, but I have been contacted by Turbo, thinks they might be able to get one on day one. Anybody out there, I put it out there on Twitter, if you see a pre-order still available, consider pick one up and message me. Only pre-orders, because on launch day, then anything goes. I don't want 10 people purchasing a game on day one thinking they're going to send it to us.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tweet that out as well to make sure people don't go buying systems, because pre-orders can be canceled. Yeah. So if you see a pre-order in your browser and you already have your system, fucking pick it up, message me. If somebody already has gotten one for us, I'll tell you to cancel it, but otherwise, message me and we'll get that set up so that the shipping goes straight to Japan.
And we are still looking here, and we have people helping us look here as well, so...
In Japan, they also don't have launch day stock. No launch day stock.
And they will not be selling any in stores.
No in store and no launch day stock. And they said, please to contact the retailers for when stock might arrive.
So we have been calling all the retailers.
So Becky and my game plan, our game plan on midnight Western times, when it hits midnight and retailers like Amazon, Walmart, B&H Photo open up their stock, I'm going to be trying to get a system ourselves just by legit ordering and having them ship it. Preferably Amazon, because they have very quick shipping to Japan and they have their own import fee handlers.
Is that it?
It was a crazy fun generation.
You asked for it.
A very loud fan generation. In the end.
Yeah.
So that's put together by PlayStation Access, the official show by. But I'm going to go back to, and we have other things to talk about before we get more back into that. For our patrons and turbos, we're going to be watching movies this month again. This month.
When it came to holiday spirit,
I think this is by popular demand.
It's not real.
Well, it was real. I got sick and all the hair fell out.
How'd you get sick?
I loved a woman that wasn't clean.
Mrs. Santa?
That was her sister.
oh no.
I've stayed away from this. I never thought it would be any good, but people keep on telling me, including the guys, that it's great.
Yeah.
So
With me?
There's something
I hope it
about
is.
the guy that makes me uneasy. Now,
If you
Oh
guys,
god, the snot
at
for
a
this
Santa
kid.
nobody liked.
yeah, I don't want to watch that the whole movie. Do we have to see that kid's face the whole movie?
Underwear?
Part of it.
Where's the rest of it? Actually, I don't want to know. Put your dukes up. You gotta learn to stand up for yourself.
Okay.
Okay, he
Face
wipes his
face.
fucking face. Thank God. All right, so that's what we're watching this month.
John Ritter! Yeah.
John Ritter. We didn't watch it yet, but the guys kept on recommending it. I stayed away from it because I didn't love what's his name for a while.
Yeah.
Because he did a dumb. It felt like a dumb thing here
In
Canada
Canada.
on a very popular radio show. Treated the host like trash, but then everybody found out that host is trash later.
Yeah.
To a lot of people, and
Yeah.
in subsequent interviews he actually gave interviews saying what happened during that day. His people specifically begged his people, the show's people, not to bring up his acting
What's his
career.
name?
Billy Bob Thornton.
Thank you.
So don't bring up his acting career, please. We just want to talk about his music today. And this is a music podcast. It was a music radio show podcast that
Yep.
focuses on music. But the fucking shitheel host, who everybody found out later, he was the darling boy of Canada for a while.
Canada's boyfriend. Or
Yeah, he
some
was. Everybody
shit.
loved him for so long, and then it came out that guy's just absolute trash to everybody he's ever dealt with. So then, it made me revisit my opinion on Billy Bob Thornton.
Or maybe he's not. I know he's a little crazy, but
So yeah, he went into that interview being like, "Please don't mention my acting career." First question. So you've given up your acting career to go after music? That's funny.
And so the rest of the.
And so the rest of the interview, Billy Bob Thornton's like,
I think he
just
actually
ignoring him almost.
He might have even walked away.
He might have ended it early, yeah.
Yeah.
And so everybody thought he was a jerk, but.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's a long story for that. Lots to say at the top of the show. Again, we are going to be trying to acquire a PlayStation soon. Maybe it'll even Amazon shipping estimate, if I were to order a PlayStation controller, is my birthday. So there's potential that I'll end up getting a controller
Crash day.
on my birthday.
A console on your birthday.
A console on my birthday, if we're able to successfully get a pre-order and have it shipped from the Americas to Japan. It is so ironic that we're relying on American stock to get a Japanese design system while we live in Japan. Is our best bet at a system.
We are not getting the Xbox.
We're just not even going to bother with jumping through the hoops for the Xbox. I was hoping that maybe because Xbox not huge here, that there would be stock of Xbox, so at least we'd have something next gen to look at right away. Can't even find it. And I would attribute maybe the unpopularity of Xbox here to very low stock levels to begin with.
Yeah.
So I do know Japan was really excited about the slim version though. They liked the price point. They like cost performance. So, all right. Well, that's our spiel. It's I know a lot of you guys love our unboxing on launch videos on this show. We did our best. So that's how it is. So let's get into the trailers, though. Today's show is going to focus on stuff that has to do with launch, I think, mostly, and really high, big hype trailers. We just want to get these out of the way before the console hype completely drowns everybody. So let's watch some trailers. Oh, are we going to see... Oh, okay, this is just a sizzle reel for the next PS5. So like I said, this is the Sadness console special. We're going to be looking at the things that we don't get
There's something inside
on launch.
every one of us.
We'll get there.
Know the unknown. To push past every frontier. We want to see what's never been seen. hear what's never been heard.
So the embargoes have lifted for a bunch of reviewers and stuff has been coming out.
There are no limits to where we'll go.
The things that most interested me was how old games like Bloodborne run on the faster PS5, but even Bloodborne, even the PS5 could barely improve Bloodborne apparently. That's just
so
how bad
wild.
the code is in
There
Bloodborne.
are new worlds to explore.
Popped collar system. And validation for Old Frash. Reviewers across the board are panning the look of the console and the size of the console. They're just talking about how cheap and flimsy the plastic on it looks, how giant it is, and what an eyesore the whole thing is. I'm glad there's other people out there who agree with me instead of all the people who fucking lambasted me on day one when I expressed my honest opinion. My right opinion. And then the Xbox.
We see a future where you.
Some of
are
these
the
guys
center
have gotten their
of your
Xbox.
gaming experience.
The
Series
Xbox
X.
is a modest-looking, inoffensive design at least.
Yep.
The worst part about the Xbox is it's flimsy, and I've heard reviewers tap their fingers against the side of the Xbox. You guys know those plastic things you buy that feel like cheap plastic?
Yeah.
It's got that rattly, tappy, hollow feeling.
Yeah.
This thing seems like a very flimsy outer plastic shell, which you're not going to be caressing it all the time, but that system seems better designed to me and more solid overall.
I don't understand why the black one doesn't have
The circle?
circle.
I don't know why they even put a circle on anything, honestly. Or why they didn't put.
I like it.
Why didn't they put the X outline on that circle? You know, the one that's on the controller?
Yeah.
They could have painted that X across that circle, like the logo.
option to connect across devices and across
Reviews I saw
platforms in a
called
way
it
that we never
dense.
were able to.
Yeah, the little one. The little one's like compact, dense, solid feeling,
Oh,
whereas
the black one has the circle on the top.
cool.
Okay.
People are saying the big one is dense. Well, I've heard that people tapping their fingers on it. It goes like.
The games you want, on the devices you want, with the people you want.
Has anybody actually done this shit?
Gamers are really at the heart.
How many of you guys actually say I want to get away from the living room, grab their tablet and their controller and go to a different room and stream from their console via their Wi-Fi? I like the idea of it. I liked the idea of it ever since the Wii U.
Right.
The Wii U didn't do very good at it.
It did not. It couldn't reach our bedroom, which was not far from our living
You could basically play in the same room. Yeah. As the Wii U. Every time I've tried it with the PlayStation 4, it's just it's too much latency. Unless you're going to be playing something that's like turn-by-turn tactical or something like Darkest Dungeon, but in that case, why wouldn't you just play it on your tablet? Anything that requires, you're definitely not going to play Overwatch.
People are saying I just use my Switch.
Yeah, I mean...
Nobody does that. It feels appealing, but I'd never bother.
It's got an appealing feel to it, especially when you see actors do it. You're like, oh man, yeah, that's cool. Seamless integration. You just walk away. You're like, I want to play on my couch for a while, and I want to play in my bedroom, but then in practice...
A couple people do it for going to the toilet.
That's what I tried with the Wii U, and it definitely didn't work on the toilet. You have to have the door open in the Wii U within sight.
Yeah.
Anywho.
I do it in bed.
But it's too smooshy.
Smooshy. I like that.
Next up. Some more hype sizzle. We've been I've been half watching this shit. Alright, I heard about this. This is cool. Did you hear about this, Beck?
No.
Kudos to Microsoft's PR team, whoever they've hired this generation, whoever turned over in the great Don Matrick fallout of Dickety 2. The new team is very good at handling PR. Man, they really build this up. Come on. Oh my god. An actual fridge.
Shut the fuck up. Are you kidding me?
Yes. They actually sent these. I Justine got one.
Oh
They sent these out to, like, you know,
God.
the mega million influencers out there.
What?
I don't know how many they made, but some influencers got it. Snoop Dogg got one. It's clear all they did was
my
take the
God.
outer shell off a real fridge and put an outer casing on it. Like, but
This does not look good.
You must be on quite the
why?
journey.
Where are we?
Oh, it's all like theme stuff to different games.
Yeah, but I don't get the
I don't get
banana.
many of these references. No.
We need a fight.
Ugh.
Get ready.
Ugh.
We'll be the first city in the world to be made truly safe.
They're gonna mess up my tomato!
Why tomatoes? Oh, was it a famous line from?
Yes.
All right. Forza on a donut because we didn't know what the fuck to do. We burned whatever that logo was into something. I don't know what that was. Was that Destiny or something?
Oh. You're wondering about the game. Of course. Holy shit, that's friggin' hilarious. They only made 3.
They only made 3. So I Justine got one, Snoop Dogg got one, and somebody else got one.
What the hell would you do with all that Monster Energy drink?
Oh no.
Oh, Cam.
I have a coworker who drinks 3 Monsters during an 8-hour shift. We all hate him at work. Unrelated, I guess, or related.
They raffled the other one off. Oh, interesting.
God, that reminds me of my buddy from work way back in the day when we were way back before the show even started. Anytime we would go to get coffee, we would be like, coffee run, and we'd like get ready to go and walk and just kind of shoot the shit as we go to get coffee. But he's like, Beaver Buzz, coffee and Beaver Buzz, because that's what he drank, Andreas.
Beaver Buzz.
Coffee and Beaver Buzz. This just horrible energy drink that I think probably only got sold in Canada, but he was adamant that we call it a coffee and Beaver Buzz run. It was like,
when we
Andreas.
met back up with him in San Francisco, I think he had switched to coffee finally.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Beaver Buzz.
Coffee and Beaver Buzz.
All right. This is what I've been waiting for. I saw it tweeted. I haven't watched it. The remake, the remaster, remake or remaster of the Mass Effect series. I'm assuming very hardcore remaster, like updated textures, updated models, updated animations. Like that's
Remaster.
like how much of a because like remasters range from anything from now plays in 4K, but it's the same old shit inside, to like better frame rate, to actual like redid the textures, the models, animations sometimes get redone in remasters. It's like a remake typically is like a brand new engine. Or like a from scratch, like entirely reanimated. It's a big remaster, like it's full on.
Oh my god, Space stuff will be more smooth than ever. Smoother than ever.
Maybe tweak some gameplay, modernizing the combat, redoing all the textures and shading. That's awesome. Like, yeah, it needed it because like one of
hasn't aged well.
the greatest franchises of all time hasn't aged well, especially the first game really needs it.
Yeah.
I would love to go back, maybe. It's been long enough. But I'd have to do a Paragon playthrough. Tiger Lily. Tiger Lily tends to be a bit more Paragon.
Yeah.
Or it should just be another Space Duck playthrough, and I don't know if I could do anything different. Like, I don't know if I could play any different. I don't know, anyways. Yeah, right? Paragon? What? Or Egg. An Egg playthrough. Uh-huh. We'll see. But it's super cool to hear, and I think they announced that on N7 Day.
Aw, that's cool.
Awesome. All right. Ooh! Ooh!
You were right to fear the world.
A sequel?
Man,
Was this 3D?
others bring
Oh,
with
it's 2D painted 3D models.
decency. Rise.
Oh, it looks slick.
This is not a time for heroes. Look instead to those
That looks real slick.
fear and failure in ample
Wow.
portion. But rise again to reclaim a glimmer
God, the character designs are so cool.
from the spreading stain.
The reds and blacks.
Darkest dungeon.
Oh my god. Early access 2021. Wow. My wishes for that is, I don't think they will. They'll probably stay true to the faithful. But like when I found out that a Darkest Dungeon run takes 40 to 60 hours, I much prefer a lighter roguelike experience where like I can fail hard really early and that's fine, and then I restart. Whereas Darkest Dungeon is a game where you fail and it's like, all right, keep grinding, grind a new team out, and it's like it's really kind of a grindy roguelike. I prefer a bit lighter type of, and even the like easy mode is like 16 to 20 hour or something like that. They think this one will have PvP. Crazy.
You've never beaten the Darkest Dungeon?
Like, I love the reroll in games like this, so I don't want to fail and then have to, like, pick up my failings and try to recobble together my
Right.
playthrough. I want to fail and start over.
Yeah.
And fail and start over.
Sort of similar to Binding of Isaac?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
kind of more like Rogue Legacy, I'd say.
Right.
Because Rogue Legacy, you actually had some things that carried forward.
Yeah. But they'll probably stick to the formula. But man, you can't like besmirch that aesthetic and that atmosphere they've created.
Gorgeous, yeah.
What do we got here? Whoa, girls really do get it done. Snoo? This is League, isn't it? I recognize this guy.
I recognize the logo.
I feel like it's been a while since we've seen a League,
Yeah, right?
League trailer.
Ooh, those are some good hiking shoes.
Slow-mo walk. Ruined King, what does that mean? A story-based
League of
game?
Legends Story.
This one's special says I like the quiet. What am I looking at? Is it a campaign? Single-player game from League.
Really?
Wow, they're really expanding this universe a lot. I mean, it was already expansive. Interesting. And it's coming to PS4 and PS5. They announced a bunch of these at the last Game Awards. Yeah, I remember they also have licensed their franchise to other developers, so many types of games have been coming out in the universe. Is that the first League of Legends World game coming to a console?
I heard they're making like 6 different games set in the universe.
My big question is whether they will make a League game that takes on Overwatch. We saw Epic come out with another franchise that is obviously not going to touch the Overwatch faithful because it's too precision twitchy, and I forget the name of that. But once I saw the gameplay, it was clear that it was not going to like woo over Overwatch people because it's very much a different type of game. I forget the name of it, but I would like to see if League would go Valorant. I would like to see if League would potentially try to go for a true Overwatch experience. And by that I mean a game that can be played that has many different types of heroes, including a guy who swings a giant hammer. And by that I mean dull instruments is what I call them on the show. Things that don't require precision.
Right.
Things that require tactics, positioning, tactical team play, things like that. But you've got snipers in there and you can play with precision, or you can play characters that are swinging giant hammers and you don't need to aim perfectly to play. So in other words, very console friendly. And I would love to see that from Epic. I'd love to see somebody compete with Blizzard because frankly, I like Epic as a company based on their sentiments so far politically than Activision Blizzard. I would jump ship in a second if Riot Games. Thank you. If they had, I would jump ship in a second if somebody came out with something that felt as good as Overwatch.
Right.
I'd be happy to. All right, guys, we'll move on to the next.
Yeah. I want
Yes.
to proceed.
And they're making a console version of League. That's interesting. Oh, whoa. This is really good quality trailer. Wait a minute, is this playing in 4K or something? It is.
Gameplay trailer.
This is so much better than what they showed us in the initial,
Demon Souls.
Yeah. Man, the quality of that initial stream was awful. All right, so we can judge the graphics a lot better now because this feels like no compression at all.
Yeah.
In the video quality.
I think I saw it pop in for a second.
It doesn't make sense that those streams had such big compression because they weren't live streamed. They were like premieres. They had already been uploaded. It doesn't make sense. Anyways.
Subsurface scattering?
I'm gonna... Yeah, so...
Holy shit. This is cool.
I could be ready for a new Souls game, maybe. Provided I get a system I can play it on. God damn it! I'm gonna stick to what I'd... Oh, that's pretty good.
How are you gonna get to the baddie?
You have to wait it out, I guess. There you go.
Alright, then it reveals.
I'm gonna stick to my initial impression though, despite the better quality and being able to judge this. This looks like it could run on PS4 in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think that this is truly indicative of next generation content. I'm seeing like maybe a little bit of extra polish in some of the lighting that feels like maybe it looks better than what the PlayStation could do, but...
Oh shit, man. Just living their lives.
Like, it looks like a really good late-gen PS4 title. Like, I think that God of War looked just as good as this.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think there's something about it that's just so sharp and crisp.
Crispness doesn't mean, like, graphical prowess, though. Like, you can... Textures are nice high resolution. The frame rate is probably one of the bigger things that...
So that was entering into a new battle area. Like that was...
Yeah, there's gonna be
guess
no
the
loading.
Screen, just the fall. It was like quick.
I'm noticing bits of polish that do feel like I'm seeing the ray tracing that is specific to this generation. The lighting does look... There's something to the lighting that looks different, better.
He's scary.
He's a Balrog.
Oh yeah? And the like kind of ghosting with the flames whenever he runs. It's really cool.
I think you're gonna see stuff that outpaces this a lot.
Praey died. Nobody can beat that.
Graphically.
Hey, I'm impressed.
It ain't bad, it's just not great. It's not like mind-blowing. It's very pretty. The art direction of this game is clearly its strong suit.
This is probably blowing people's minds who recognize the baddies from the first
Shit.
ones. Like, shit, that's what that one's supposed to look like?
The biggest improvement I'm seeing there that makes it stand out as unlikely to be on the current gen is the lighting.
This is on performance mode.
And it's on performance mode, so it can be on prettier. It can be even prettier. I had a feeling, like, I mean, we saw stuff even during that initial broadcast, that initial showing of it, that at the end of the presentation, so they showed the gameplay that looked super flat, and then at the end they showed like a montage of a bunch of boss battles that looked, even through the compression, looked better than that. So I'm assuming then, as you've confirmed, that it can look a bit more shiny if you sacrifice some frame rates. Maxim thinks performance only affects the resolution. Well, that looked like it was, I mean, how does it affect the resolution? If that was in performance mode, meaning high frame rate mode, that was definitely 4K. The sharpness of everything was definitely 4K, so I don't see how graphical mode or pretty mode, or I don't know what you want to call it.
It drops some frames, and that's a no-no for me.
You think it drops them? I didn't notice any dropped frames, but I wasn't paying super attention.
We're gonna get the disc version.
Yeah, so, like, I mean, you know, I've been, judging from, like, we've been playing on our AMD rig some of their stuff, like, for me right now, the benchmark, the prettiest game I've seen since we've been playing on that system at max settings is Resident Evil. That's the type of stuff I want to see on this gen, and I think this next gen is capable of it once the right developers start to work on it. But we all know, I mean, as much as you might like Dark Souls, Demon Souls, you know that From Software's strong point has never been graphics. They are always a little bit flat compared to the competitors. Because it's not what they're focusing on, I guess. But their art direction is always awesome, so it makes up for it. Performance mode is 60 frames per second at dynamic 4K. So it scales it down. It maintains 60 frames per second, but scales down the resolution dynamically as you play. This isn't From Software? Who is it? Isn't that who makes all these? I don't know. It doesn't matter. I don't care who it is. The fact is that every one of these games I see always looks kind of flat. All right.
Blue Point.
What? Is it getting remade again? Or is this something different? It looks like Shadow of the Colossus, but...
I don't remember that Betty.
Well, we only played it for like 2 hours. We played one Betty.
Oh.
So, yeah, you wouldn't remember many. The hero doesn't feel like Shadow of the Colossus, though. This isn't Shadow of the Colossus. Definitely a spiritual, whatever you want to call it. I feel like we've seen a trailer for this before, actually.
That's like how Link flies. Oh shit.
Pray for the gods. I like climbing bosses. It's fun.
They're too hard for me. I like watching you do it though. It's inspired by it.
Made by 3 guys.
What?
The fuck? That's insane.
Wow. Man.
That's nuts. What you got? Okay, jeez, I thought I was hearing Sonic sound effects there for a second.
Cool.
I'm excited for this game.
Yeah. So, does this come with the system?
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, this is kind of what makes me the most sad. Like, I want to be playing this on launch day.
Right?
They say this game really takes advantage of all the new features, like the haptic feedback and stuff in the controller. Reviewers have been saying that walking on sand feels different than walking on normal surfaces in your hand. Like you can feel the sand, like that sort of sand crunching.
Wow, that's cool.
It sounds like Sony has achieved what Nintendo said they were going for with the HD Rumble, but failed so miserably. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That looks like a lot of cute fun. We should
It does.
maybe play the VR Astros thing sometime soon.
It's a full game for different worlds.
Yeah, Bugsnax. So is this will be out
Hey, buddy. Glad you made it.
today or tomorrow?
I'm supposed to take you to Lisbeth, but she's not here anymore. She went hunting for Bugsnax and she never came back. Everybody else went off on their own. But if you catch Bugsnax for them, maybe they'll come back. Then you can ask them what they know and you can find Lisbeth.
Lovely gal, that Lisbeth.
She could rival me in wit, and Chandler in arm wrestling.
But she does have one weakness.
When push came to shove, she abandoned us.
And I surmise that was the death of her.
Can we talk about something else?
I bet she went to help us.
Lisbeth is alive, and we're not gonna leave her behind.
Great. Let's get to it then.
God, this song. Are you gonna be a vegan Bugsnax?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Bugsnax kind of want to be eaten. It's like one of those weird things. Like it's their destiny.
Everyone's talking about Bugsnax.
It's funny because I think without the song, it just would have been a chuckleable, passable thing that people would be like, oh yeah, that thing. The song really made it go into viral territory, I feel like. And it's by an artist that some people already know. From the UK, I think, that has a...
Alright, buddy. It's time to find Lisbeth, catch Bugsnax, and bring us all home.
I think the lead singer has a Japanese background.
Oh, really?
But yeah,
November 12th, so tomorrow.
without the song, I don't think you would have seen nearly as much.
Fangamer merch.
Yeah, there's the Fangamer stuff.
PlayStation.
Caro Bonito.
Maybe?
Yeah, it's got a catchy tune, and I think that's what brought it into its... Plus, I mean, you know, the concept is hilarious.
Yeah, totally.
So Miles Morales is expected to be the game that really shows the power of the new system on day one.
You gotta take the oath. I promise to do everything in my power to protect this city. I promise.
Definitely higher texture resolution is one of the key things to this gen.
And stylized. Not going for like super duper realistic.
Wow. Did I see you, mommy?
What is stylized? Is it? Oh, I don't feel that way.
You need to lay low.
Looks hyper realistic to me.
And don't take off that mask.
This message is from Roxxon. The underground will stop it.
They need you.
I have heard about a stylized skin you can get.
Oh yeah?
You can get the Into the Spider-Verse skin that will actually reduce the frame rate of your character.
Gotta say, I'm disappointed, bud.
On purpose.
They are going
You think you can beat the ticket? Roxxon, you can.
Every time I think I got this Spider-Man thing figured out, something goes wrong.
Miles, our family doesn't give up.
Whenever you say Spider-Man, you always mean the other one. You're Spider-Man. You can fix this. Your way.
This is my time. I'm seizing the moment cause I gotta go for the time's gone. Ain't scared of the dark cause I'm bringing the light when the night's gone.
And sorry, the existing Spider-Man, do you have to buy it again to play the PS5 remastered version, or is it a free update?
My time now. My time.
You guys are excited about this?
I don't know what that means, Acid Silver. Oh, the friggin' kitty. Somebody tweeted me that.
Really?
You can play as a kitty that comes out it's one of your moves. He comes out of your backpack and swipes at the enemy.
Oh
I
my
think
god.
he wears his own. Did you see his fit?
No.
What he looked like? Oh my god.
No. It's a paid update.
How much? $20.
USD.
My time.
Well,
He's
pretty
like
good.
a little Hugo.
The fuck y'all talking about? It's a standalone game. All right, so we're getting conflicting information in the chat. Some say update. You have to update your game for $20. $20 and you. All right, I'm just gonna like. I'm gonna Google it later. Thanks for trying. Modus.
Am I crazy? I am crazy, right?
You're not crazy, Virginia.
I'm sorry. What if it overwhelms me?
No.
My own feelings of dread, of fear, are similar to those of my patients. I should go over their cases. I need to understand what this is.
No.
They look at me with pity. I look back at them with hatred.
Doc, are you there? Why would you be there? It's the middle of the goddamn night. This is bad, man. I don't even know what's happening. I gotta warn them, Doc. They don't know about the monsters. In an unexpected turn of events, it seems I am the one who is losing my mind.
Is that a launch title of PS5? This is something on PS5 I didn't know about.
Spooky.
Is it? I felt like glowy ghosts. It almost felt like Ghostbusters to me.
Really?
Yeah, purple ghosts and stuff, glowing. Like it's not spooky to me. What spooks me is like, you know, friggin' that kid in the dumbwaiter in the basement and the hand comes out.
Oh, yeah.
That's spooky. 2021.
Welcome to Destruction AllStars.
All right, so I have a lot to say about this game.
Okay.
This game's fucked, sadly, because I think it looks really fun, but it's fucked. There's no way. It's only on PlayStation 5, so limited player base to start with, because it's a brand new console.
Right.
These games need to get a massive player base day one and then keep that player base. So day one, you have a bunch of people who can't play it because they can't buy the console. They don't own the console yet. Even if they could buy it, they might not own it for like a year, 2 years. You have a limited player base to start with, is what I'm saying.
Right.
Second of all, it's a full price game. This should be free. Why would anybody choose to jump into this? Like they need to move over the guys who play the cars that do soccer. That's like the core like player base they need over to move over. That game's like what? Like either $10 or free or something like that?
Rocket League. Thank you.
Rocket League. This is not even $40. Full price. Like $60 to $70.
It's coming to PS Plus now.
It's on PS Plus for free now. So much. Things have changed.
Okay.
Oh, you're talking about Rocket League.
Oh.
You have to speak in full sentences because like your guys are on a delay.
Oh, some of them did.
Yeah, but if you say it's free on PS Plus, I'm like it. Yeah, you always have to like answer. The question has to be in the answer when you type in the chat. Yeah, so like Rocket League is like free to play. And I hate speaking this negatively about this game because I really think it looks like a lot of fun. But it has to have...
No, this game is free on PS Plus.
Are you fucking kidding me? Okay, great!
Because it got delayed until February. It's been delayed until February and it's going to be free on PS Plus.
I'm redoing this segment. Let's see what the next trailer is. Oh, it's by PlayStation Studios. This game. I wanted this game to be free so that more people could play it and they could get a big player base and tons of people be playing and, you know, on day one. But it's on the PS5. There's going to be so few people playing it. Wait a minute. What? They made it free? That's what I said they should do and they did it.
Wow.
It's free. That's awesome. Yeah, so like we watched the initial trailer for it and I was like, that's so sad when the prices came out because a full price game in a game that you need tons of players for matchmaking so that you get into games quick with lots of people that fit your skill. They're up against so much competition, like Apex Legends that came out for free day one. Like, to do a game like this, it has to be free basically, unless you're Blizzard and you know everybody's gonna buy your game no matter what. But they're a juggernaut. Like, they can do that.
This is really tough though, that it's only on one new console.
One brand new console. So it's great, awesome. But it's been delayed, so it's not going to be at launch. They saw the light, they realized that if they released this on day one at full price for a console that barely anybody owns, that this game would be dead in the water. Literally my words when I found out about it on Twitter. I said dead in the water. But it's not. Good. Awesome. I'll play this.
Prepare yourselves for the most explosive season in history, right here on this.
A lot of crazy characters, a lot of cool cosmetics, which is how they'll make their money.
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation.
Alpha, pretty much anybody who plays online games has PS Plus. You have to. So, like, you wonder what percentage of people have PlayStation Plus. Well, the reason PlayStation would pay to make this free on their system, no doubt PlayStation gave them some money to make it free for their PlayStation Plus users. They make that money back with PlayStation Plus subscribers because you have to have it to play
don't
online.
I even have it?
It all works. Yeah, Becky has it just in case whenever she's going to play stuff. Actually, I think, whatever. Awesome. Cool. So good to see that.
This comes out today.
People a new home when your motherland turned bare. You gave the Vikings something to fight for.
Is this running on the PlayStation 5, the graphics we're seeing right now?
You have tamed.
I'm assuming so, because I think Gaming Kid and Captain Awesome and Grabble focused on that, making sure they were showing us next-gen stuff.
Still lies ahead.
You're enjoying it so far? You've been playing this? It's a lot of fun. You played 8 hours straight.
It's time to capture a kingdom.
See, when you look at this, like, Ubisoft not known for being this most super system optimized, polished games on console, and yet this is, like, to me, looking, you know, better than the Dark Souls thing, just to give context.
Really?
Yeah.
Why did I think it looked so good? I thought it looked great.
Because by your own admission, you're not a pixel peeper.
Yeah.
And for all I know, this game plays on PS4.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla, available now.
The most I've liked in AC since Black Flag. Nice.
Disagree. Hard disagree. Anyways, I think we'll be playing that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I asked for our contact at Ubisoft for a code. I don't know if it went through.
Me too. I'm not a fan of AC and I like this one.
It was the weekend when I sent the request, so. But we'll probably play it. Typically, we know that I tend not to love Assassin's Creed games, but, you know, I did love Black Flag, so I'm holding out hope.
In a world where the gods are powerless to...
Really? Are you kidding me, Prometheus?
Zeus, I am the one telling the story.
You can't start the trailer that way.
Don't interrupt my narration.
Yeah. Everybody looks like a sim.
Typhon, destroyer of gods, is free. To stop him from turning the world into chaos, we must depend on a mortal.
A mortal?
Who washed ashore on a mysterious land. Unprepared for the destiny that awaits her.
Good luck with that!
Let me go! Help! I'll save you!
Oh, look! She just saved Hermes'...
Shh! He's about to reveal the plot.
The vanquished gods need to be reunited with their severed essences to regain their power. Then, together, you must defeat Typhon.
All we have, Fenyx, is you. No pressure.
Thanks. I think.
Thus, my dear cousin, begins the rise of Fenyx.
Possible storytelling, but with no epic action scenes whatsoever. Now you're talking.
Show yourself!
So, she wins on what?
That's Jesus. You'll have to find out for yourself.
Oh, come on. Video games won't be invented.
Holy shit. It's fucking boring. My God.
I'll wait for reviews for this one.
I was thinking about how my cuticles need work. I've never had a manicure. My fingernails are horrible.
Do you want to get a manicure for your birthday?
Maybe I should get a manicure for my birthday.
Dude, they feel real nice.
Do they?
Actually, I don't know if I've ever had one. I had a pedicure and I fucked it up.
How do you fuck up a pedicure?
Because,
did you fart?
No, they asked me to put your feet underneath these little things that like blows hot air, and I touched the top of it. And then I had to be like, I'm sorry, he screwed it up. And she's like, I told you not to screw it up. She was really mean. But I bet it does feel nice. Maybe we could do that.
My nails are just a horror show that's horrible.
That would be so fun for them to do.
Yeah, to
be like,
to fix that.
Yeah.
Every atom procedural. So I wanna give you guys a second chance now, especially since Sean Murray has been like quite self-effacing for comedic purposes online lately. He even photoshopped himself into an image with Molyneux and what's his name from Bethesda, and it was like a family photo or something. Like how that guy's like comparing himself to overpromisers of history.
Aww.
Like he accepts it, he acknowledges it, and the game has apparently changed a lot. And you can play with people now.
Nice.
No tongue-in-cheek like, perhaps you will meet up with someone. No, you can actually play with people. It's 32 players. Somebody online was telling me how it works out. You can like purpose any given instance of the online. Oh yeah, and like loading times will be so much better on PS5, of course. Any given instance of playing online can have up to 32 players. But there's like a caveat or something, like how many people can you have in a single party? How many of my friends can I play with at once?
PSVR support.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I believe it's 8 per party.
So does that mean an 8-party, a group of 8 will be interacting with 24 others? Will there potentially be, does that mean there will be 4 parties of 8 in a single instance, potentially?
The VR is really well done.
Or when you go into a party of 8, does it just like shut down all other multiplayer and just puts together 8 people and excludes the other 24? I guess to make my point succinct, is it play with 32 people or play with 8 friends? Not play with 32 people and play with 8 friends plus 24 people. They said 32 players can build together. But if it's only a party of 8, I guess we'll have to see. It would be amazing to be able to say, Turbos, let's all get together and explore space together in a group of 32. Get 31 turbos on the show and we're all exploring planets together. Yeah. This is the type of shit I've always wanted from like Minecraft, but like, you know, where the servers start to like reverse block mining at like 16 players, starts to like lag and shit. Yeah. I think it would be so cool to play something that was designed to have tons of players like that.
For sure.
I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool when we were playing Worms, where we were all able to choose US West server and then all log in on the same time.
Yeah.
We were getting like 16 turbos per game.
Yeah, that was really awesome.
Maybe even more, because tons of shadows were no doubt clicking at the same time to get in. So for all we knew, we were playing with 32 people watching the show at any given time. And like that's so exciting for in this day and age of like streamers, to have communities all come together like that and play together. Waiting for that Fall Guys update. Let us play with our community, please.
Yeah.
Fall Guys introduced the same region selecting thing today, so we could potentially do a revisit of Fall Guys and do the same experiment with our turbos, see if we can all press at the same time and get into the same server together. Though Fall Guys being more popular would probably make that a little bit harder to do properly.
Yeah.
Our best chance would probably be streaming in the middle of the night or something during the lower peak times to get all together, but then we'd have less turbos joining. But anyways. And it was a new update today. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to add something to the intro when I edit the intro to be its own segment later, and I'm just going to fade us in for it. I forgot all about this because of our sponsorship plus having to talk about PS5 and everything. One more thing to start this show and trailer to tell you about today. This just happens to be the 10th anniversary of our live streaming of Video Games Awesome. 10 years of Video Games Awesome.
My lord.
For that, a very special announcement. I've been hinting at this for a while, maybe even confirming it for a while. The boys are returning tentatively. We're trying to get them arranged, all 3 of them, for this weekend. We're actually going to try to stream together with the boys today, but we wouldn't have been able to get all 3, and that just seems wrong.
Yeah.
So provided we can arrange to get them all 3 together, this weekend, we will be streaming with the boys. There will be no face cams in the beginning. I am going to hope to, over time, raise money, basically, put together the money to get them proper streaming setups, potentially with camera and face cam. Right now, the quality that comes from them holding a phone in front of their face is just not good enough for my standards. It looks horrible, in my opinion. So we got them good ass quality mics, and we're going to be focusing on games that we play where they are represented by an avatar, by themselves in the game. So you can expect things like Awesome Posse in Red Dead Redemption. I want to get together and try to play some... Becky will also be in another room with the same quality mic playing on her own PlayStation, so it'll be all 5 of us, full screen gameplay, playing together like the old days of Minecraft Survival.
Right.
Maybe a return to Minecraft, maybe. I don't know. But, there's many other games that deserve... that do play better. So, I'm thinking it would be funny to try to get a team of 5 plus 1, somebody out there to join us and carry us in a team of an Overwatch game. Imagine Becky, Deacon, Ben, Kyle, and me, plus 1 other person from somewhere in the community helping us play Overwatch. We're going to hold off on Jackbox initially because in Jackbox it's headless voices. Nobody's represented by a character.
Right.
It feels a little awkward. So, and I feel like potentially we may wait until we get a cam set up for the Jackbox games. I'm holding out. Maybe I'll change my mind. I don't know. But I feel until we can see faces laughing, I might hold out on Jackbox games. Right now, we're going to focus on games where the player you play is on the screen. And I think that's really cool. And potentially, because they all have PlayStation 4s, potentially they could stream their screen at the same time as we party up. A big deciding factor of this was the fact that PlayStation 4's audio quality is when you hook up a mic properly to it over USB, not through the controller, but over USB, a good quality mic sounds amazing on PlayStation 4 ever since their update, I think earlier this year. So
Overcooked.
Overcooked makes sense. But yeah, imagine I know the streaming capability. I'll be streaming high quality gameplay from my PC. So the main screen you'll watch is mine, but potentially the guys can all press share on their controller and stream their own screens so you can watch from Deacon's perspective as he tries to play Overwatch. I think so that's why we're focusing, let's focus on, what will look great at the very beginning and what is well tailored to everybody with a good mic.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're going to focus on in the very beginning.
10 years!
10 years, guys!
My lord!
And the boys will be back, so that's going to happen. And I might want to maybe I'll put it out there, a Twitter thread to get suggestions for what they think, which Overwatch characters the guys should play for their personalities. I'm picturing Kyle as Reinhardt. I'm picturing Deacon as May. It has the most chance to fuck up and fuck over your team.
That's a lot of buttons.
She hides in an ice block.
That's very Deacon.
When she's scared. In fact, whenever she's scared, she accidentally ices herself. It's very his defensive. I'm thinking Becky as Junkrat.
Yes!
I'm thinking Ben as a DPS of some kind, maybe Soldier or maybe McCree. Something like that fits his personality. And for myself, like, who knows? I'll fill whatever role. Somebody needs to be a healer, so I might be, like, you know, Mercy. Being a healer will allow me to keep best eye on them and get the best footage of their gameplay as I play.
And, like, help us?
Yeah.
Rediger, thank you.
I think so. Yeah, probably.
Boy.
I'll be like a Mercy or a Moira or something. Something that, like, no, I'll probably be Lucio and dance around them, running around, keeping an eye on everybody. So when Deacon dies, I'll run back to spawn to taxi him up and stuff. Like, I think Lucio makes for the best cameraman, right? Like, he's everywhere and he can be everywhere and looking at everything. I think that makes sense. But anyways, that's what's coming. I'm really excited for it. We've been trying to put it together for a while.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's been a long time that I've been trying to put together something more robust, something with a full-on camera, high-quality setup, and the budget is just not within our scope right now for the type of quality I want. So we're starting with high-quality mics and full-screen gameplay. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. All right, let's continue with the show and trailer. Hey, buddy.
He turned us against each other. Brother against brother.
What's going on here? Is this CG or is this in game? Oh, this is Godfall or coming from Gearbox.
You can count on us.
Is this only PS5? Like a PS5 exclusive?
You are strong, Orin, but not strong enough.
Yeah.
You need to craft better
weapons. It looks generic. It's looking, I'll admit, a bit better graphically than when the first time we saw it on a stream. It looks generic, but like, who knows? Maybe like gameplay will be the proof in the pudding for this. Maybe it'll be one of those games. Like, it's clearly a Dark Souls light type game, like an arcadeized version of the Dark Souls gameplay, I think. Lots of glowy. This generation of system, definitely for me, feels more like high fidelity without compromise. It feels like high frame rates with the graphical capability of PS4, late gen PS4, without sacrificing resolution or frame rate.
I'm ready.
I think we'll see more than what I just described come out later, but for now, that's what the majority of games seems to be offering: uncompromised frame rate and graphics at the same time. Hi, pal. You're such a good boy. He brought us a Harley Quinn.
Yeah, Miss Fable made this.
By Miss Fable.
And Rediger brings it to us because he's a good kitty and he thinks we need it.
He brings it to us when we're in bed and ready to go to bed. He'll bring us toys just to...
He'll leave it down here and we'll hear him like... like running upstairs with it.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Oh, here we go.
Gentlemen, is the threat real? Yes, sir, we believe it is.
Something big is gonna happen that could shift the balance of the Cold War.
You'll wipe out half of Europe.
It's time we took a peek behind the Iron Curtain.
I have to say, this is looking pretty good.
You brought an army.
I brought a nun.
Time to get our hands dirty.
It kind of pains me almost to say that this feels like one of the most taking advantage of the next gen.
I know you won't fail.
Which is crazy to me. Return of Brokey. It's been a while. Brokey doesn't have a passport though, so if Brokey were to appear, it would definitely be illegal internationally.
Yeah, he's stuck. You're excited for this one? You love Black Ops games?
Gameplay-wise, Black Ops games tend to just be playing, sort of gently guiding an action film.
Yeah, yeah.
But that can be fun. It can be.
That's a good boy.
Shelia, have you found anything?
Just a special ID card. Nothing else that I can see.
I advise you to stay out of this matter. Wake was as stubborn as you are. It's her. Don't let her get away.
Oh, shit!
What the hell? What am I looking at?
The situation is very good.
This is all over the place.
What happened here?
It looks like you're kind of gameplay.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Next generation indie game.
So I'm assuming on PC. Since it's on Xbox, that means also PC.
It's made by one guy.
That's fucking insane.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
that
this
looks
is, like, it's ridiculous.
like it could have been made by an entire studio.
The reason one guy can make that is because of, like, it's no doubt, like, that's probably Unreal. Maybe it's Unity. Unity's getting better all the time, fidelity-wise. $8! What the fuck? What the fuck?
Wow.
These pre-built engines and pre-assets that you can buy. I wonder, I do have to, the Unreal Marketplace is what they call it, right?
Okay, right.
And people are can create, like, it's, I guess it works in a similar way, except for pay, that Dreams does. The way that people can make a whole bunch of assets out there, and that anybody can whip together a game in an afternoon by going out and grabbing these amazing created assets and throwing them. I'm not saying this guy put this together in an afternoon, but, like, the fact that they've streamlined, the world is, like, now this cooperative game studio now in a way. And they just, like, you can take all these assets with a small investment, sizable probably to an individual, but small in the scope of major studios, and put it all together, and you've got this game that looks like it comes close to 2.5A.
Yeah. So the reason why it's $8 is because it's 2 hours of gameplay, but there will be a full-fledged story that's like 20 plus hours in a later free update.
That's amazing. So it's almost like an early access.
Yeah,
I want to check that out on the show then. So no doubt it runs on... It's on iOS. It's amazing.
Crazy. Xbox, PC, iOS, and Android.
And I would imagine on iOS, on an iPad Pro, that means it's also, if it's on iOS, it also runs on Mac. Because the Mac just released, their new Macs just came out today that run iOS games, if you want to call it. Anything that runs on iOS or iPad OS now runs on a Mac because of the new Macs. So anything that they've been developing like that. And Unity runs out of the box on, well, it runs on Mac already, but also on iOS and stuff like that. I think you're going to be seeing a lot more games come out day one running on Mac now because of that. I want to check that out. I've made 3DS sets to sell. There are some hoops and hurdles. Well, anyways, yeah, very exciting to see that single-man dev teams can put together something that looks so good. Usually the big indicator, he actually did a great job, but the indicator that cues you into, like when, if you creatively cut gameplay footage from these types of games, you can almost get people to believe that they're looking at a new AAA until you show usually a character talking in their animations. Because that's where it's hard for a small dev to, currently, to like put a high quality mocap and facial animation into a game. That's one thing you can't purchase really until it becomes more prevalent. Like there's stuff coming out all the time now I mean, this has facial animation software in it, built in, with the front-facing camera, and there's apps out there now that actually communicate with your iOS device for VTubers, but other things, professional capacity things, where you can voice act like this, and it will capture the facial animation for
cool.
stuff like Unreal software, and you just plug it right in. And I think you're going to be seeing more of that happen. There's also full-body mocap suits that now cost $600, and you don't need any setup. It just, the suit itself reads your mocap. It's like the home studio is getting more and more approachable all the time. Unreal has integrated support for iOS facial capture. That's probably what he used.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is.
It's getting crazy. It's
amazing
getting
and
so
scary, yeah.
cool. What do we got here? Is this the new...
Yeah.
When's this coming out? This Friday?
I think so, yeah. Fuck! What? God!
It's so Japan! I love this like inspirational music trailer.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Let's do this!
This is looking good. Optimized protagonist optimization. Power your dreams.
Oh my god.
So it's out now? I think I might actually have a code for this too. I have to go look, but yeah, tomorrow potentially something's gonna happen tomorrow.
This
Either
game is fantastic.
Valhalla or Yakuza. Lots of stuff, as is November.
Oh.
No birthday for me.
Or all birthday for
or
you.
all birthday for me. All right.
From the clouds they dive, the screams of battle in their lungs. They find each other in the dark embrace of the cold sea.
Scary world.
Have we seen this trailer for this yet? So this is an Xbox Series X launch title.
I don't recall.
I'm gonna guess also runs on the current Xbox and obviously PC.
Falconeer.
It looks fresh, it looks different. Like, you know. Cool.
Yes. On one and PC.
Does feel like one of those things though I need to play to really get why, you know, it's something you want to play. Like it doesn't immediately jump out at me like, oh, I gotta play that, but like it could be gameplay wise.
Mm-hmm.
Funky, fresh. Just a second.
Ooh.
All right, next up. What is this? Is this I feel like we know about this.
Captured on Xbox Series X.
So this has got this is good. This is not flat. Friend? He's backing up. Oh, is it a thing where you don't want to be noticed, or like? I don't know. He didn't exactly hide, but he definitely is like tiptoeing around these guys, like doesn't want to disturb them, kind of.
Careful, there's a fleshy. Oh. Ew.
You guys see what I mean, though, right? How there's a difference between this and Demon Souls. Even not shiny things are shiny.
I do.
You know what I mean?
I do.
The shiny doesn't mean literally shiny
Yes.
things. It could be a ammo limited game for sure.
Look at your thumb, how like gnarled up it is. Nicked.
Bugsnax is looking weird. You got here late? This isn't Bugsnax. I can see why you would think it was, though. I actually want to see this trailer with the Bugsnax theme song overdubbed. Talking about Bugsnax. Bugsnax.
Pull the dick. Oh, gross. What the?
Did you say pull the dick?
Yeah, that's totally a dick. Or you put the thing in the dick. That's not how I would have done it.
So my hope for a game like this would be, I love how it's not hyper aggressive, everything.
Yeah, right?
I would hope that there's tons of enemy variety. Like, I want to be, every time I see an enemy, I want to be surprised by the design of the next one. Be like, oh god, where's its head?
Yeah.
Where's the head on this one? Like, having to figure out where its weak point is.
I like that that guy didn't have eyes. Like, they live in the darkness, so they almost don't need them. He just goes by sound, baby.
Little baby.
Bastard.
He's running!
He's like a little chicken.
You're naked.
Naked and gnarly. He's back.
So floppy.
Yeah. Pacifist Doom?
Where's this one's peen? Is it all peen?
Yes. Oh, I was gonna stick my head in it.
It feels like you're kind of like, it's Doom, but you're depraved. Is that what the weakest character is in Dark Souls games? The guy who starts like naked with a loincloth, and he's all skinny.
This is fascinating. It's beautiful and disgusting. Do you think that it would be moist in there? Like pretty
Very.
warm?
Too moist.
Kind of like a butterfly sanctuary, but
Yeah.
not at all.
But with butterflies made of flesh.
And dick.
Jesus.
It's
Awesome.
Aw, all the old farmers from home couldn't get through there because they have fingers cut off. So apparently this is 14 minutes long. They're not sure how
Oh, okay.
long we want to watch, but
Is it come to something?
thank you for telling us that.
I am really interested in playing this. It's charging me.
Oh god, there's 2 things inside the one piece.
It's like a slower paced, more subtle Doom. Like, just to speak again, you'll notice that, like, about flatness versus not flatness. The textures in this game have multiple varying degrees of reflectiveness.
Yep.
You know, how looking at a wood floor, it's not exactly a mirror, but you'll notice on a wood floor there's parts that are kind of matte, and then it gets shiny, and then matte. Like, that is the type of thing I expect in all games nowadays. When I see just a texture that just looks across the board flat, that's when I tend to, like, start to get critical of game.
Right.
Graphically.
I love that you never know what to do with the thing in front of you.
Yeah.
Like, do I stick my hand in it?
Just...
Or my head? Or, like, my gun? Scorn.
The funny thing is, there was an early, back in the day when Doom was like all the rage and there was like novels coming out in the Doom universe and stuff, there was like a scene in Doom where the main character has to use a penis key. It's a key shaped like a penis and he had to stick it into a vaginal lock. And like he's there with another female character and they're discussing who should do it. Like, you know, what the fuck, Doom? We are in hell. This is like, you know.
Oh my god.
And like, yeah, they kind of went further in the books than they did. Like, because when you think, like, what would hell be? It would be pretty uncomfortable shit.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways, all right, next up. Oh, that's it. All right, so that's our show and trailer. Short one today, guys, purposefully so. We just wanted to do some housekeeping. It would have felt weird to watch launch titles trailers, I think, after the consoles were released. So maybe we'll do either another one at the end of this month for other stuff, or maybe we'll do a... We'll see. Maybe there'll be one right before the Game Awards. We'll see what happens, but... anyways, Game Awards are coming, which will obviously be a big thing, and with its own, what do they call them, world exclusives and stuff.
Right, right.
And a lot more to show us in our other playlists. Yeah, they also really, obviously, today focused on the games, where we usually also watch lots of TV and movie trailers, which we didn't today, but there'll be time for that in the future. But anyways, yeah, also lots of games coming up. We'll be continuing to cover going forward into this month. As usual, we are super booked tight through November into December.
My God.
As every year.
Yes.
I still want to play Fuser, which we skipped yesterday because we were going live too early for it. Just today we saw some games I want to play now, but
Valhalla.
Yakuza, Valhalla, those are the big 3 AAA games that are available at this point, and whatnot. And then the guys this weekend, of course, will be playing. I'm gonna say probably we'll be live with Red Dead. Is probably what we're gonna do. Some Red Dead Online, because in that case the guys can actually. And Becky, everybody can design a character that looks maybe like them or something. I think we'll just fuck around in Red Dead. Plus, it's a slow enough paced game we can just sort of like do nothing, right? And just kind of hang out with the guys for a show, since we haven't seen them on the show in a long time. And potentially we'll invite a bunch of turbos in once we feel like it. So be ready for that as well, guys. We'll see you next time on Video Games Awesome Live. This was show and trailer for November 2020 fucking console sadness left out FOMO edition special. Stay awesome.